Welcome to my channel. I make my videos when I can, when my children allow me. Like right now, they're in the other room there, doing something. I don't know. But I know what they're doing is safe. So, I'm good there. Hasn't been too long, but it's been a long time since I talked about movies on the physical media front. Blu Rays, 4K UHD Blu Rays, and some news that has come up as well. Right now, I want to say that our niche market, for us people who love physical media, it's looking very good. And by the way, my name is Brian Hussar, and if you like the Beatles, if you like music, movies, physical media, please follow my channel, subscribe to my channel. Like I said, I make my videos when I can. I post them at random, so stick around. If you like any of those things in any configuration, stick with me. So I'm going to do a Blu Ray roundup. So I got a stack of things here that came out or that I just got, and I'll give a brief review of what I recommend. My Fair Lady on 4K UHD. The 50th anniversary Blu-ray came out, I believe it was 2014, I believe. And film restoration expert, wizard, god, Robert Harris worked on a new restoration of it. He did the restoration that came out in 1994 as well. But that Blu-ray that came out, it was almost impossible to beat. They made it look like you were watching true 65mm film. And when they announced the 4K UHD disc of this thing, I was very, very, very nervous. And I was nervous because the version that's been out there on streaming, 4K Dolby Vision, is horrible. Horrible. I'm going to say that again. Horrible. It's trash. Crushed blacks, color, got a very digital look to it. And why would you want that? You want the best, don't you? I want the best. We all want the best. All right! Toronto! So, the 4K UHD release is the best. And it goes to show you that not all streaming stuff is the same as what's coming out on these small discs, you know? And some people are going to hate me for saying this. That's how it should be. You want that easy convenience of going to Hulu or whatever. And I'm not down on streaming, okay? I stream a lot. But you want the best? It's this one. The one on streaming is horrible. This is beautiful. I love this film. It's one of the best musicals that came from a Broadway show. This was a roadshow engagement back in the day, which means just like Lawrence of Arabia and Ben-Hur, it was an epic film. It was an event, had an overture and an intermission, being reserved seating, which is very commonplace nowadays, but it was only for these special roadshow events back then. And just to kind of show you, here's my original program for the My Fair Lady roadshow engagements. This is my mother's. She saw it. She never liked it. I don't know what's wrong with her, but these things are beautiful. These things, I mean, just information about the movie and all of the credits. I mean, it was like going to a Broadway show, actually, when you went and saw these. So, My Fair Lady, Dolby Vision. The sound is the original Dolby 7.1 Dolby True HD that was on the Blu-ray, but that comes from the original 6-track 70mm stereophonic track from back in the day. So I think it's a brilliant track. Movies shot in 65mm are perfect for this format. My friend Aaron Hudson, or online he goes by the name of Hudson Frohawk. He's got a YouTube channel, Schlockhawk. I'll put a link to it in the description here. You need to check him out. He's part of a podcast I'm doing coming soon later this month. Yes, there is going to be a podcast that I'm going to have going. It's called The Fireside Film Family. We're a bunch of movie dorks talking about movies. That's what we are. And I love every single one of these guys. And Aaron, I sort of have a man crush on. You know, plus he works in the industry, so he's a great guy. He's getting me into a lot of like I told you, I did a video earlier in the year that my snobbery has gone down. My snobbery's gone down. So I would have never, 10 years ago, I would have never ordered The Final Countdown with Martin Sheen and Kirk Douglas, the 4K UHD disc from Blue Underground, another great boutique company. But I did. And first off, as a disc, it's perfect. The transfer with Dolby Vision HDR is just perfect. They did a new Dolby Atmos track for a film this old. It's very immersive. As far as the movie goes, it was made by Kirk Douglas's production company. We were having this conversation, my movie dork family, we were having this conversation about films that have a great concept, but a horrible script. Concept for this movie is great. The script needed about 5 or 6 more rewrites, and I think the director could have done a few more takes, but that's one of the charms about this thing. The big black hole sequence, or whatever it is, was done by James Bond title designer Maurice Binder. And it looks like a James Bond title sequence. All that is missing is the shadowy naked girls. So, but this is a great disc, and he's trying to get me into more stuff. Like, Blue Underground has got these horror films on 4K UHD, Dolby Vision, by a director that I never heard of, but I'm intrigued. Italian director Lucio Fulci. I think I pronounced his name correctly, and if I didn't, I apologize. I'm only human. I looked up his stuff, and I almost bought Zombie. And I was like, should I? I don't know. Mommy, hold my hand. I'm starting to love the schlocky stuff that I never would see before. On the Blu Ray front, 4 from the Warner Archive collection. Pump Up the Volume with Christian Slater. What took them so long? Everybody's favorite college musical, Good News, with Peter Lawford and June Allison. Showboat, Katherine Grayson, Ava Gardner, and Howard Keel. Oh my gosh. This is a personal one for me because my grandparents on my mom's side, their favorite song, their song together, was Only Make Believe. Warner Brothers really knows how to do classic 3-strip Technicolor, and that can only be done digitally nowadays when you align the 3 strips. You want to see what 3-strip Technicolor used to look like and should look like in all of its glory? Beautiful, beautiful. Vincent Minnelli's Ziegfeld Follies. I've been waiting for this darn thing to come out for a long time, and Warner Archive Collection knocked it out of the park. Gene Kelly and Fred Astaire, Two Old Men on a Bench, that musical number. This is basically a variety film is what it is. So, I mean, you got all of the great MGM stars in here, but man alive, that is the show-stopping number. Gene Kelly and Fred Astaire, the only time they danced together in a movie until the documentary That's Entertainment Part 2. Two masters at their craft, both of them masters of their craft, doing what they do best. Watching them back and forth, oh, I'm getting goosebumps right now. You know, I don't care. Get this thing. Get them all. And Pump Up the Volume. I hadn't seen this in a while. Hadn't been out in a while, so I definitely got this. If you want to know where us Gen Xers who were walking around in our flannel shirts and our Doc Martens and all that stuff, where our angst came from, I say it's in that film. When I watched that film, I'm like, this is the birth of what happened from 92 to about 96. Because it all changed when the late 90s happened, and you see the result of that in Woodstock 99. So if you haven't seen that, definitely see it, and you should have seen it already. And if you haven't, what the heck are you waiting for? Go out and get that. Warner Archive Collection, I need to say something about this. If anybody subscribes to the Burnett network, Rob Burnett, he's usually on John Campia's show. Some people like Campia, some people don't. I'm somewhere in the middle, but I love Rob Burnett, a champion of physical media. He has a discussion on a thing that he does on his channel called Let's Get Physical, with the great George Feltenstein, who used to be a part of Warner Home Video. I'm going to have that linked here. I encourage you guys to check it out, where they talk about physical media for movies, what's on the physical media front for movies, what happened to his role, because sadly, when AT&T bought Warner Brothers in 2018, and they're now selling it to Discovery, he was one of the first people they laid off, and the Warner Archive Collection was his baby. He co-produced That's Entertainment Part 3. Great guy, knows his stuff. The transfers and things that he put out for the Warner Archive Collection, and in his days when he was at MGM UA Home Video, rival the Laserdisc packages that he put out when he was at MGM UA back in the day. So there's a great discussion which they talk about the big announcement that I'm sure all you guys on the physical media movie front have heard of already. Criterion. Bless our Criterion socks. They are going into the 4K UHD front. They are doing it. And not only that, they are not just dipping their toe in the water the way Kino Lorber Studio Classics did. And now they're releasing select titles on a regular basis now. They jumped in with both feet. When they made the announcement, I was like, oh my gosh, why do I have to wait for November? But hopefully there's another Barnes & Noble 50% off sale at that time, and I could take advantage of it. They announced their titles for 4K UHD discs. In the last couple of years, they've largely been living off of a reputation that they had during the good old days of Laserdisc. But now, with the announcement of 4K UHD, that they're going and doing it, maybe they can have a little bit of fun again. Maybe we could see titles like Michael Bay's Armageddon and Michael Bay's The Rock, which they released on Laserdisc, and they released on DVD in the 2000s. So the titles that they announced, all of these are blind buys for me, because I know they're going to knock it out of the park. The discs shouldn't have any compression issues because they're keeping the 4K disc with just the movie. They're going to be 4K UHD and Blu Ray combos. So a lot of the Blu Rays are already 4K. So you got Citizen Kane. Yes. I am a Citizen Kane guy. I know why it's a classic. It wasn't the most important film of my life. To me, that will always be Taxi Driver, and 2001: A Space Odyssey. But I mean, Citizen Kane, that is a must-have. I love the film, and I know why it's considered a classic, and it is a classic. David Lynch's Mulholland Drive, it's a must-have for me right there. The Hughes brothers, Menace to Society, must-have right there. Great film. Great cautionary tale. Just announced, this was going to come out. They originally announced it for Blu Ray only, but the Safdie brothers Uncut Gems with Adam Sandler. I think he deserved an Oscar nomination for that film, and it's definitely going to be an upgrade because the Lionsgate, the Blu Ray of it, does not have the Dolby Atmos track. For some reason, when Lionsgate issues Studio 824 films, they don't put the Atmos track in there. But that's going to have the Atmos track. And then, if any of my Beatle fans are watching this, and already some Beatle fans had grumbled about, why do I need this? Well, and I understand that. I totally understand that. The 4K stuff is not for everybody. And I totally get it. All right? I totally get it. But for me, I'm excited. A Hard Day's Night is coming out in 4K, UHD. It's already come out in Japan, and Criterion is issuing it. And I can't wait to see the extra resolution on that. All these are going to be in Dolby Vision, by the way. They're Dolby Vision compatible. And this one is going to look awesome. I just know it is. Powell and Pressburger's The Red Shoes. Oh my gosh. Again, beautiful 3-strip Technicolor. So now Arrow, who's been beating them and issuing select titles, and some of the other boutique companies like the Blue Underground, like Shout Factory, Kino Lorber Studio Classics, Severin Films. Actually, Severin Films hasn't gotten into the 4K front yet, but I know Vinegar Syndrome has. So Criterion, the guys who started the boutique stuff, are going in full steam ahead, and I can't wait. And I'm hoping that they're going to have some fun with this again, because as much as I love Criterion, on the Blu Ray front, it's been a little pretentious. Granted, I love Fellini. I love the great international films. But it would be kind of nice if they could do, like, Evita, like they had on Laserdisc with Madonna. It would be nice if they did that again. This is a long one, so sit back, have an alcoholic beverage, and check out my buddy Schlaghawk. His videos are entertaining. I love his videos. And maybe I should make my videos a bit more entertaining, like him. What should I do to make my videos more entertaining? But anyways, even if I don't, I welcome you to my room every day. I'll talk to you soon.